Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Adele Ashley. I'm 31 years old, living in Toronto, Canada, and I talk about everything from beauty products, books, lifestyle content, as well as daily vlogs. Alright, so I have my big bag of everything that I have used so far this year and used up. I figured I would go through it before we get around to recycling this. So first up is the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. This is one of my favorite first cleanses. It is a gel or oil cleanser. It just takes everything off, very similar to the pharmacy cleansing balm as well. But significantly cheaper. I do find it's really good just to have on hand at all times. I pop it in a bag when I'm traveling. I know that it's going to work no matter what, and it's going to pick up all that makeup, mascara, anything else that I may have on my skin. And then also from the Inkey List, I have finished the Fulvic Acid Brightening Cleanser. So I also picked this up on a whim. I was just looking for a really inexpensive cleanser one time. It works morning and evening. My skin doesn't get left with that squeaky clean or painful clean that a lot of cleansers sometimes do for me. And simple, it's easy, it works well. Can't go wrong with it. I also finished the Biossance Squalene and Elderberry Jelly Cleanser. So I did not really love this. It is a cleanser. It is another balm cleanser, so a first cleanse. It is meant to take off everything from waterproof makeup, mascara, foundation, all of it. I found that while it worked, it wasn't my favorite product. It did leave my skin feeling very oily, so it felt like it just left a film on my skin. And then when I went in with my second cleanse, I had to wash my face once more, or even like 2 or 3 times essentially, to get it all off, which I didn't really love. I know some people do love this. It does have squalene in it, but probably not a repurchase for me, but it is still a good product. And then I have my absolute favorite, the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cleanser. So I have been using Kiehl's products, specifically the Ultra Facial line, for over a decade now. I will always have this cleanser on hand. I usually purchase it actually in duplicate, so I will always have 1 or 2 sitting in my cabinet ready for use. This is my go-to if I am feeling like lazy or I don't know what to do with my skin. Things are really busy in my life and I'm not having as much time to dedicate to skincare. I will go back to basics, and basics for me is the Ultra Facial line. I know no matter what, my skin's not going to react. It's going to be great and I will have good results regardless. And then the final cleanser in my bag is actually the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. So I love this. This is usually my go-to daily first cleanse. I actually usually buy this once a year. So every Christmas, Dermalogica comes out with one of their gift sets, which actually is the pre-cleanse, the special cleansing gel, and the daily microfoliant all in one for the price of about 1.5 products. So every year without fail during the Sephora sale, I pick up that, and the pre-cleanse does last me about a full year. It is an oil cleanser, so again, it lifts everything off your skin. It's very nourishing, hydrating. I love it. I recommend it to everyone I can. My facialist also even was like, use Dermalogica products. So the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse is where it's at for me. After that, we have some toners. So I actually have 2 of the Fenty Skin Fat Water Primer Toner, that I finished this year. It does look like this one has some left in it, so I definitely need to use that up, because no product goes to waste in this house. But I do find that they do say it's a pore refining toner. I find that it's just really good for me to reach for day to day. I like the smell of it. It's really simple. It's a little bit more it's a very watery gel, which is different than a lot of other toners that I've used. My skin seems to like it. There's no kind of issues with it. So I have used the Fenty Skin toner quite often in my routine. And then of course there is also sunscreen. So I also use the Fenty Skin sunscreen. This is actually just the refill packet for it. I do keep it on hand. It is a low SPF. It is just SPF 30. So I do like to use this on days when I know that I am staying inside. So for example, today I'm not going out. I will pop that on my face, call it a day, and I know that I am relatively okay if I walk by a window, you know, get some rays on my skin, because sunscreen every day, that is how you stay looking young all the time. And then after that, I do have my Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. So I do use this product pretty much every day as well. I especially like the Unseen Sunscreen, this one, because I find that it's really good under makeup. It is jelly and kind of grippy, so sometimes I use this instead of a primer and then just finish with a setting spray, and my makeup will not slip at all throughout the day, which is what I want. It's also water resistant for 40 minutes. It's super easy to reapply either with your hands or with a sponge, depending on what I'm doing, but I will always be a Supergoop fan, and I pick up this sunscreen pretty much all the time. We also have the Kiehl's Hydro Plumping Retexturizing Serum Concentrate. So I use this a lot in winter. In Canada, the weather sometimes does mess with my skin a little bit, makes it a little bit dry, especially if I'm swimming as well. So I usually reach for this on especially cold days. If it's minus 30 outside, I am putting this on my skin immediately, and then following with a moisturizer, as well as if I have been swimming a lot, I will use this product just to make sure that the chlorine is not messing with my skin too much. It is really thin. It really helps with dehydration. I love it. Again, another Kiehl's product that I will always repurchase. Pretty much for me, if it's a Kiehl's product and I've used it and liked it, it's an automatic repurchase. I will always have it in my routine, regardless of what is going on. Then there is the cult classic. I think everyone has used this product, is the Sunday Riley Good Jeans. This was kind of my gateway lactic acid product and one of the first luxury products that I actually purchased for myself. I love it. There's a lot of comfort in this product for me. I have not repurchased it currently just because I am using retinol right now, and there has been another product, which I do actually have an empty one in here, that I introduced into my routine that makes this not make sense for me currently. But if someone was looking for a really good product that they could incorporate into their routine, that's super easy to use and will help give them the effects of kind of chemical exfoliation and everything else, I would recommend Good Jeans. So that product that I actually was talking about that made me give up Good Jeans is the Biologic Research P50. So I have heard about this one forever. Every single beauty blogger I know has talked about P50 tea and P50, and I finally bit the bullet and purchased it. So it cost me $30 for this tiny, tiny bottle that's 1.7 fluid ounces. I tried it. I noticed immediate difference in my skin. My face got brighter. It evened out. I do have to say, if you're using P50, you do have to use sunscreen all the time because it is, again, a chemical exfoliant. I loved it. Instant repurchase. Definitely in my routine at all times. I also tried the Augustinus Batter Cream. So I actually wrote an article about this cream a few years ago for the Every Girl. I will link it below for you guys if you would like to read it, but essentially it was, is it worth the hype? You know what? I actually do. I have repurchased it. It is a nice cream for me to have on hand. I really enjoy using it sometimes, depending on what's going on. If I'm not really using a lot of retinol or anything else, sometimes I may just do a routine that is P50 one night, the Batter Cream the next night, and call it a day. Nice and simple, nothing to really worry about there. It is expensive. I do purchase this during the VIB sale. I will maintain my Rue status specifically for this cream. It is nice to have on hand. It works. I love it. Then I have the Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid. I really like this plumping serum. I really like it actually after retinol. So my skin doesn't really react to retinol, but I do know that retinol can make your skin dry. So what I usually do is after I use my retinol, I wait 20 minutes, do a quick spray, and then I follow it up with this Feeling Good serum. It smells very sweet, kind of like honey. I love it. It's really good. My skin always looks very radiant after I use it, and I always get compliments after I've been using it. I like to keep it on hand. And then the retinol that I started using, and which I love, I tried the Sunday Riley one, but it was a little bit too aggressive for my skin, is actually the Shani Darden Retinol Reform. So this I also purchased from Sephora. You can also purchase off of Shani's website, but I do 1 to 2 pumps onto clean skin every other night. I absolutely love it. I will repurchase this till the cows come home. It is the perfect retinol for me. It isn't too drying and it isn't too harsh on my skin, so I do find that if I happen to skip using a hyaluronic acid with it and just move straight to a moisturizer, I don't see any irritation in my skin. Actually, now that I think about it, I've never seen irritation with my skin using this retinol. It has always been nothing but good things, to the point that I was worried that I would start to see irritation, because as I upped my usage of it, I was certain that it was coming, but it never did. And then finally, the last 2 products is I have the Topical Slather Exfoliating Body Serum. I love this. It's actually a body serum that has retinol in it. So it is recommended that you limit your sun exposure and use sunscreen while using it, because there is a retinol in it. I really like it. Looking at the back, it says retinol, lactic acid, urea, and squalene is in it. And I use it 2 to 3 times a week just to make sure that my skin is smooth, chemically exfoliated, everything that happens with retinol and lactic acid on your face, basically for the rest of my body as well. And I love it. I also used to have really dark armpits caused by shaving, and I found that this actually made that go away entirely. So for that alone, repurchase. And then finally, another one that I cannot go without, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Balm. I've talked about this before, but the lip sleeping mask is actually, I use it like a daily lip balm. I'm getting ready for something, I slather it on before I put on makeup. I wear it throughout the day. This is one of my favorites. I do specifically like the pink one. I have tried the other colors or flavors, what have you, and I find that they're not as good as this one, the original. I also love it. I will say there is a bit of a sticker shock with it, because it does cost like $30-ish for the jar, which is a bit of a shock when you see it initially, but these honestly last me about a year to a year and a half. So girl mapping it, it's worth it. I use so little every single time, but it lasts for so long. Okay, and let's get into the new products that I am looking forward to trying, as well as the ones that I have repurchased recently. First up, we have the Topical Slather Body Serum. I got a bigger bottle of the Biologic Research P50T. Another bottle of the Botter Serum. The Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid. And then I didn't talk about this earlier, but I did get a refill of the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I am running low currently. They do sell it in these new reusable packs, which I think is so great. You can just refill your jars from them, as opposed to having to constantly buy a new kind of plastic bottle for them. So I did get one of these. And then in terms of new products, I picked up 2 from Sunday Riley. So I picked up the CEO 15% Vitamin C Brightening Serum. I had previously used the oil in this, and while I liked the CEO oil, it wasn't quite my favorite product. Vitamin C, you do usually put moisturizer on afterwards, and I found it counterintuitive to be putting an oil on my face and then be putting kind of like a cream-based product on top. There was a lot of pilling, so I have been using the vitamin C serum instead. I do specifically use this a lot after I use retinol. So I will do retinol at night with the B3 Nice Niacinamide Serum, which is, again, new to me. I am liking it so far. And then the next morning, after washing my face, I also use the CEO Serum just to kind of lock everything in. Niacinamide and vitamin C do work very well in combination with retinol to help with brightness, exfoliation, and just skin texture overall. I have also heard really good things about Necessaire. I used their deodorant for a bit and then stopped using it for some reason, but I recently, I was standing in line at Sephora. There was all those little products at the front, and I picked up the body wash because I just felt like using something a little bit splurgy. I got the eucalyptus scent, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out and seeing how it goes. I'll buy a bigger size bottle if I like it, as well as keep getting the small bottle just because I do like how this is perfect size to pop into a gym bag or a travel bag. I also, this year I have been going through a bit of a perfume kick, so I also picked up the Glossier perfume. I like it so far. It is a very unique scent. Sometimes I do find it a little bit spicy, sometimes it's a little bit sweet, but I am loving it so far. I also got the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. So I actually picked up my Sephora gift for the year was the Ilia mascara set. I really liked the mascara to the point that I actually went and bought a full-size tube of it just to have on hand for when that runs out. I currently have been using this daily. I find it very lightweight. It doesn't weigh my lashes down too much, and I also find it doesn't flake into my eyes, which is a problem that I frequently have with mascaras, causing me then to rub and be really irritated by it. It is also a clean mascara, and I do like how when I wash it off, my lashes don't feel like as if they've been dried out, or same with my lash line. So the Ilia mascara is the one that I've been using a lot daily. Then the last thing I picked up was the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Skin Tint Stick. I really like a stick foundation. One of the first foundations that I found that actually matched my skin tone really well, that didn't require me to mix a whole bunch together, was actually the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. So when Fenty Beauty came out with this one, I figured that I would give it a try as well, because I do sometimes miss just an easy foundation stick in my routine. I haven't opened this up and tried it yet, but I will be doing so in the next few days, and we will see how it goes from there. So that is everything that I have used up, as well as repurchased or purchased at Sephora recently. Drop a comment below. Let me know what some of your favorite products are, if you have used any of these products before, and your thoughts on them. And till next time, have a great day.